leader, most people call him the former governor of Lagos State. I call him the Governor General. Let me similarly recognize my brother, one of the most humble governors I've ever met. Many Rauf I think it would be unforgivable of me if I don't recognize our hostess, charming Dr. Caroline Adams. It took me a while to recognize that former ambassador to Nigeria is here because he was wearing his dark.
Yeah, I'll take my glasses.
I recognize, because I have 10 minutes, you all forgive me if I don't go through the usual protocol. But please extend the same courtesies to all of you here. As an opening remark, I like to say that for me, Chicago is an extremely important state for 4 reasons. Number one, Dr. Caroline Adams mentioned it. The state that was found by a black man. The city in itself, found by a black man. For me, it's very important. Secondly, is the city where our own national leader schooled. Thirdly, is the city that I first visited in my life as an international country. Lastly, it's a city that can boast of all of us being here at the same time. I don't think any other city can boast of this number of Nigerians in positions of responsibility that we're here today. So Chicago remains a very important city. I've been given 10 minutes, and like my daughter, my first child, when we used to have these land telephones by Nitel, every time I wanted to talk to someone, she would pick the phone. She would say she had a phone call. And I would warn her, you must not stay long. Usually, she stays about 40 minutes, and that's it. So this particular day, I was expecting a foreign call, international call. And I said, Abisola, don't stay long on the phone. She said, Daddy, no. So when the phone rang, she picked the phone. She said, it's my call. I said, no, it's mine. She said, no, it's my call. I said, okay, 5 minutes. Unfortunately, that day, she stayed for only 15 minutes. And I was very happy, and I commended her. I said, for the first time, you are spending less than 45 minutes on the phone. She said, Daddy, it was a wrong number. So if you give me 10 minutes, just know I'm like my daughter. But distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me say that Nigeria is a country, as we all know, with a population of over 160 million, made up of about 350 ethnic groups, which have largely contiguous territories. It is therefore a natural candidate for the federal system of government. Natural. However, in spite of these federal properties, Nigeria has gone and has been grappling with a struggle between forces who support true federalism and its antagonists. To be sure, the struggle for true federalism began even before independence in 1960. The failure of all constitutions in Nigeria, beginning with the Clifford Constitution of 1922 up to the present 1999 Constitution, have been responsible for the endless request for constitutional review and enthronement of true democracy. For a proper appreciation of the subject matter, it would be appropriate to highlight what I believe are the elements of true federalism. The core elements I've listed here are: one, the existence of a system based on the sharing of power between at least two levels of government, federal and state, that allows each level to make final decisions on matters concurrently and exclusively. The core federal principle must have the following, and I listed them quickly as 7. 1, there must be no level of government that is subordinate to the other. 2, the 2 or more levels of government must operate directly and simultaneously upon the citizens. 3, there must be a written constitution which is supreme, and amendments to that constitution, especially on matters related to former division of power, should not be the exclusive preserve of one level at the expense of the other. 4, there must be an independent Supreme Court which serves as a final arbiter in constitutional disputes. 5, the levels of government, especially state governments, should have reasonable levels of viability and relative economic autonomy, both to ensure that they are able to perform their constitutionally assigned functions and that they are not subordinate to the other level. 6, the Constitution does